welcome back to my channel. This is my 2016 Ford Explorer, or Explorer Police Interceptor, and it's got a little bit of an issue. There's probably a million videos on this, but out there on the internet, it's got the position doesn't change. I mean, you can click this button and change it, but it still blows out of this vent. It doesn't switch to these vents. I mean, it blows a tiny bit, but yeah, it doesn't switch to the floor either. It doesn't do anything. Now, a lot of people are saying that the blender door motor, well, the blender door controls the temperature, and if you see, you can hear it change. See, you can hear it change as you switch. See the wind, it gets like higher pitch, and then the temperature changes. Yeah, see? And then the temperature changes, you can feel the heat. That's the blender door. Blender, it blends everything together. And then this is the temperature. I mean the speed controls, and then this is the selector for mode. This is the mode door actuator. And it lives up here behind this stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna like record on how to do it yourself and all that stuff. There's a million videos on how to do it. I'm just gonna go over the highlights. Some people are just mainly naming it the wrong thing. Even companies that sell the blender door motor are naming it blender door motor for both motors.
Huh?
It's not. It's mode door is up here, AC is over here, and then over here, right behind basically this, straight back in there, is the blender door. Now, yeah, I'm just disassembling everything here, and I noticed that this flappy piece, on a lot of Interceptors, regular cars, the flappy piece here, this flap, is connected to this upper cover, and you have to take out the bolts from underneath. There's like 3 of them here. They're all 7 mils. On the Interceptors, I noticed they don't attach it, or it gets cut off or something, because they got to remove it and put it back in a bunch of times. And then in one of the videos that I was watching, somebody called this this piece here that sits down behind the shifter, this guy, somebody called that like a speaker for a not a speaker, a microphone for their radio. Well, it's not. It's the temperature climate control. It's the climate control motor that pulls in air from the dash and sends it past. There's a sensor in here. It's like a mass airflow sensor. It's in here. Checks the temperature and regulates the climate control. Now, these cars don't have an automatic climate control anywhere. So I don't even understand why they have this in these cars. They're for those auto climate controls. This thing does have a plug. It's right there, that red thing. Plugs in here. This thing spins up and everything, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's useless. It doesn't have an automatic climate control anywhere in this car. So I never understood why they have that, but I guess it's just the way they built the car and they have to have it. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Now, the mode door actuator is right here. You can see it right there at the top of that. It looks like there's not much room in there, but there's plenty. The main thing you want to do is you can get the 2 top screws from the top, and then there's a 3rd one on the bottom, right in there somewhere. Just go from underneath, you know. You can go from right underneath. You can reach it. You can actually see it kind of somewhere up in there. Just go from underneath. Right, so I got the old one out. And see, you can tell it's just stuck in this position. something in here I don't think is right in this. This one is, see, it doesn't make that crunching sound as I try to twist it. Listen to this one. Yeah, something's broken in it. Might take it apart and try salvage it, because these are, I mean, they're $15 a piece on Amazon. Who cares? But that's something I like doing. I like fixing. Here's the new one. As you can tell, this groove is lined up with the arrow. This groove on this guy is not. The groove there, you can see the groove. This is the groove. It's not lined up with the arrow like this one is. I think it's kind of hard to see. Groove there, lined up with the arrow. So one of the things you can do is use this fancy little groove tool that fits the 1/4 inch, and you can spin that white piece down there until it lines up with the motor out of the box. Or what you could do is plug this guy in, set him to the setting that it's stuck at, which is your face.
Got him!
Change the setting there. With the motor plugged in, it'll spin to the right spot and it'll slip right in. Now before I tighten everything down, I like to put one screw in it and then just play around with the settings and listen. You can hear it. Yeah, so it seems to be working. And then what I like to do is just crank up the air and feel it blow. Yep, it's defrosting. Defrosting a little bit here. Feel it, and switch to face. See if it switches. There you go, you can hear it. That's blowing out of here. Face, switch to feet, feel it dying out here, and feel the beat. Yep, oh yeah, she's blowing good. Alright folks, that's how you install that, and I'm gonna put this all back together and then test it out some more and see if it's working properly and stuff like that. But it looks like it's working right now. Those 3 bolts, a lot of people complain about them, you know. It's a little tight. There's very little room, you know, between that bolt is the easiest, the top one there. The one underneath this guy is the second easiest. I would say the hardest one is the back one, but as long as you got a swivel, you can get in there easy, no problem, and get that done. So I'm finish this up and then I'll probably video the end. Alright guys, let's test it out here. Power's on. You can hear it switching to the feet. Yep, I can feel it on my foot here. It's just blowing on my foot. Switch it to this. Okay, it stops blowing on my feet. See if I can feel that blowing on my hands. Yep. It's blowing all right. All right. Switch it to frost. And it stops blowing on the frost. Stops blowing on the face. And yep, I can feel it blowing. All right, yeah. So a lot of people get this confused when they go and they're like, well, this is not working. Why is it, you know, it switches, but it's not blowing. A lot of people get confused. And a lot of people on the internet are confused too. They're saying, oh, well, you got to change your blend door motor. Blend door controls the temperature. Mode door, which is the one that I just replaced, which is up here behind this cluster, mode door controls where it's blowing. As you can see, I just replaced that motor. All of a sudden, it's all working. So you can hear it change. I had that one. I replaced that one first because that's what I read on the internet. Somebody told me, oh yeah, well, this is not working. Replace the blend door motor, a blend door actuator. Well, guess what? That did nothing. It still didn't work. So then I did some more research and I found out there's a second one up here that is the mode door. And when you go to buy one, here's the part number from Dorman right here. It says air door actuator. And when you buy this off Amazon, it's going to say blend door actuator on it, and then it says position main, not auxiliary. Main. Position main, not auxiliary. That is the right part number right here. And it's like 17 bucks or something. So just buy it, pop it in if it's not working, whatever, and save yourself $600 or $700, because when you go to a dealership, what they're going to do is instead of digging through here and replacing that part, their manual tells them, well, just remove this entire bezel. Remove this trim pieces, take this entire dash up and out of the way so you can get in there and replace that thing. Waste of time. You're going to spend $500 or $600 on that.
Hello, I like money.
Don't do it. Just do it yourself. Pop this trim piece out. 4 screws holding this guy in. You can get at it from there, and then if you need to, you can just take this cover off and just 2 screws down there by the pedals, pop this whole cover out. There's a metal cover, 4 screws, they're 10 mils. Boom, boom, boom. If you have a civilian model car, Explorer, you're gonna have to take the 3 screws out of here. There's one here, and there's one back here, and there's one in the middle behind this guy. When you pop this guy down, there's one right here. You're gonna pop these 3 out, and then the one back here, and they're all 7 mils. And then you're gonna have to pop this guy off because he's usually connected by the flappy piece here. This piece here is glued to this on the civilian models, and then you're just gonna have to pop this whole cover off, and then you can remove this trim bezel piece because it comes with this piece together. And you won't have this shifter in the way that I have because it's a cop car. At least Interceptors, they have the shifter here instead of having it in the center here. Shifter normally is here for the rest of you civilian cars, right here. So, well, thank you for watching, and follow along. I'll catch you next time.